Welcome back to Off the Record, the podcast where we uncover real stories, share life-changing moments, and dive deep into the truth. Or at least, what's claimed to be the truth. I'm Nathan Brooks, your guide through the labyrinth of the unexplained. Today we're delving into a topic that's fascinated conspiracy theorists for decades: Denver International Airport. Joining me to unpack this enigma is journalist and conspiracy enthusiast Andrew Gill. Andrew, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Nathan. I've been looking forward to diving into this one. DIA is a treasure trove of bizarre claims and wild theories.
Absolutely. From secret bunkers to cryptic murals, there's a lot to uncover. Before we start, let me set the scene. Denver International Airport, or DIA, opened in 1995, and even before construction began in 1989, people were questioning its purpose. Andrew, what do you make of the earliest conspiracy theories surrounding DIA?
It's fascinating because one of the first theories was relatively tame compared to what came later. Critics claimed there was no need for a new airport. Stapleton International was still functional, so why build a massive facility out in the middle of nowhere? Skeptics argued it was all a cover for constructing something far more sinister beneath the surface.
And yet Stapleton had real issues. The tightly packed runways caused delays during bad weather, and Denver needed a facility to handle increasing air traffic. But as you said, this was just the beginning. Let's talk about one of the more visual theories, the Nazi runway design.
Ah, yes. This one's a classic. Some claim that the runways at DIA form a swastika. If you look at an aerial photo, you can see how someone might make that connection, but it's a stretch. The layout is practical, designed to allow multiple runways to operate simultaneously, even during harsh weather. The resemblance is coincidental.
It's amazing how often people see patterns where none exist. It's like our brains are hardwired to make connections. Speaking of seeing things that aren't there, let's move on to the close encounters theory. This one's straight out of Hollywood.
Oh, this one's great. In the 1977 movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, the coordinates for Devil's Tower in Wyoming were supposedly revealed. Years later, someone realized those coordinates actually pointed closer to Denver International Airport, or so they thought. In reality, they point to a small town called Alt, about 65 miles from DIA. It's not exactly evidence of alien intervention.
Still, it's a fun coincidence. But things start getting darker when we talk about the New World Order. What's the story there?
The New World Order theory is a favorite among conspiracy circles. At DIA, there's a dedication capstone featuring a Masonic symbol and the words New World Airport Commission. Critics claim this is a nod to a global cabal plotting world domination. In reality, the New World Airport Commission was a legitimate, short-lived organization that helped plan the airport's opening events. The name actually references Dvořák's New World Symphony.
The idea of a secret society pulling the strings of global power has been around for centuries, and DIA seems to fuel that fire. And this brings us to one of the most infamous secret societies of all, the Illuminati. How does this group tie into the DIA conspiracy?
The Illuminati is often seen as the ultimate shadowy organization behind the world's major events, and DIA fits right into their supposed playbook. Conspiracy theorists believe that DIA's vast underground facilities are not just for baggage handling or maintenance, but are actually secret bunkers for the elite, potentially the Illuminati, to use in times of global catastrophe. They point to the airport's unusual symbols, like the Masonic capstone, as evidence of a connection between Freemasonry and the Illuminati, suggesting these groups are part of the same clandestine power structure.
It's fascinating how the Illuminati mythos has persisted for centuries. From claims of controlling governments to influencing culture, they're a convenient explanation for the unexplained. But why would DIA be their headquarters?
The reasoning is speculative, of course, but theorists argue that DIA's remote location, immense size, and seemingly excessive cost hint at a dual purpose. The underground tunnels and facilities supposedly serve as a command center or even a safe haven for members of this elite group. Some even believe the airport's eerie artwork contains coded messages about an impending apocalypse orchestrated by the Illuminati.
And let's not forget the claims that DIA could be hiding a time capsule with cryptic contents meant for this elite group. There's no shortage of creativity in these theories.
Absolutely. Whether it's the murals depicting supposed apocalyptic imagery or the layout that conspiracy theorists argue hides encrypted messages, DIA has become a blank canvas for every imaginable secret society, including the Illuminati. Some even go as far as to claim that DIA is a gateway to underground bases or even extraterrestrial hubs, tying the Illuminati into larger intergalactic conspiracies.
That's an intriguing leap. But what about the cost of DIA? Many conspiracy theorists point to the fact that it went $2 billion over budget as proof of secret construction projects.
That's right. The original budget for DIA was around $2 billion, but by the time it was completed, the cost had ballooned to nearly $4.8 billion. Critics argue that this kind of overrun suggests the money was funneled into building these secret underground facilities. Officially, the overruns were due to poor planning and mismanagement, but conspiracy theorists aren't convinced.
Let's dive deeper into the underground tunnels. What's the most persistent claim about these facilities?
The most persistent claim is that DIA houses massive underground bunkers meant to serve as shelters for the global elite during catastrophic events. Some say there are 88.5 square miles of underground facilities, including tunnels that connect to NORAD in Cheyenne Mountain, about 100 miles away. There's no solid evidence for these tunnels, but that hasn't stopped the rumors.
And it's not just tunnels. There are theories about underground cities, secret laboratories, and even holding facilities for prisoners of the New World Order. It's like a conspiracy theorist's paradise.
Exactly. And let's not forget the occasional whistleblower stories. A few individuals have claimed to work at DIA and witness strange activities, like restricted areas guarded by military personnel or advanced technology that doesn't seem to belong there. While these stories are unverified, they add fuel to the fire.
Another favorite target is the airport's artwork, particularly the murals by Leo Tanguma. What's the controversy there?
Tanguma's murals are intense, no question about it. The first panel of his piece, Children of the World Dream of Peace, depicts scenes of war and destruction, with a soldier impaling a dove. It's unsettling, but it's meant to represent humanity's struggle and eventual triumph over violence and environmental disaster. Of course, conspiracy theorists interpret it as a depiction of a dystopian future ruled by the New World Order.
Context is everything. The mural's final panel shows a hopeful vision of unity and peace. But let's not forget the airport's infamous sculpture, Blucifer. Andrew, what's the story there?
Blucifer, officially known as Mustang, is a 32-foot blue horse with glowing red eyes. It's creepy, no doubt, and the fact that the artist, Luis Jimenez, died in an accident while working on it doesn't help. But the red eyes were a tribute to Jimenez's father, who worked with neon signs. The blue color? That's because the horse was modeled after a blue roan Appaloosa.
And yet people still claim it's demonic. There's also the Anubis statue and the gargoyles in the baggage claim area. What's the deal with those?
Anubis was a temporary installation promoting a King Tut exhibit at the Denver Art Museum. The gargoyles, on the other hand, are permanent. They're playful nods to Gothic architecture, and are meant to protect passengers' luggage. But conspiracy theorists see them as symbols of evil.
We've covered a lot of surface-level stuff. Let's dig deeper. Literally. The underground tunnels are perhaps the most enduring aspect of the DIA conspiracy. What's the truth there?
There's no doubt DIA has extensive tunnels for baggage handling and maintenance, but claims of secret bunkers, underground cities, or 90-mile tunnels connecting to NORAD? There's zero evidence. These ideas stem from construction delays and cost overruns, which conspiracy theorists interpret as deliberate obfuscation. However, some allege that these underground structures are meant for a shadowy elite to shelter during global catastrophes or nuclear war. They even tie this to the Illuminati, suggesting DIA is a hub for their operations.
That's chilling. Andrew, why do you think DIA inspires so much speculation?
I think it's a combination of its size, cost, and unique design elements. People are drawn to mystery, and when you mix in Masonic symbols, eerie artwork, and urban legends, you get a perfect storm for conspiracy theories. It's human nature to seek explanations, even if they're far-fetched.
Absolutely. Denver International Airport is a modern marvel, but it's also a magnet for wild imaginations. Andrew, thank you for joining us and shedding light on these fascinating tales.
My pleasure, Nathan. It's always fun to explore the unexplained.
That's all for today's episode of Off the Record. If you enjoyed this dive into the mysterious and bizarre, be sure to subscribe and leave us a review. Got a conspiracy you want us to tackle? Drop us a message. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and remember, some truths are stranger than fiction. See you soon.